Competition, I'm going to make an argument, is sort of inherently brutal. Now, maybe I'm wrong about this. It's also, you could argue, it's also inherently fun. Um, but it's kind of like competition needs to like be handled with some maturity, or it just turns into a butt kicking. And so, here's what I mean by it. So, if we're to take competition in sort of a very extreme or literal form, basically, the point is, I want to, be I want to be better than everybody that I'm playing against, right? So for me, the competitive sport I enjoy is pickleball. So anytime I'm out on the court, right, I want to beat you. And so if we were to take that to extremes, right, then either I need to just always play with people worse than me so that I'm always beating them. But generally, that's not really all that satisfying. If you're a competitive person, you also want challenges, right? And so I want to be, ideally, right, I'm challenged, but I come out on top. Like one of the most fun games I ever remember playing in a rec game was, me and my partner, we were playing doubles, and we were losing, and I kicked my butt into gear, and I kind of took over the game, and we won. Like that's sort of the perfect scenario, right? Be the underdog, but pull out all the stops, play your best game, and win. That's kind of the ideal, perfect situation, right? But most of the time, what it ends up being is either you play someone worse than you, and you win, but it's not a just not an exceptional victory because you maybe didn't have to try that hard, or it wasn't that amazing because you're better than them, or you play against someone that's better than yourself. So like recently, I played against. We ended up in the rotation in the rec game. We ended up kind of playing against each other like three times, and he was clearly better than I was, at least in his style of play. And it made me really frustrated. And of course, the more frustrated I got, then to some extent, maybe the worse I played. And um, at some point, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm not getting back in the same stack with this guy to play on the same court because you know, yeah, usually I like a good challenge, but I'm sick and tired of losing to this guy. To be fair, I also at least two, if not three, out of those games, I was also playing with the weakest player, so the deck was really stacked against me, and so it was really frustrating. But also part of the reason I was frustrated was because I wasn't playing my best, and part of the reason I wasn't playing my best was because I was frustrated. So, kind of circular situation going on there. But yeah, you think about it. So if you're competitive, um, most of the time either you're winning too easily or you're losing. Neither one of which is great for the ideal competitor, right? So it's the close games that tend to be fun, particularly the close games that you win, right? Like that's what's fun. Or if you play someone that people think is better than you and then you beat them, something like that, right? That's what's fun. So in the one hand, the competition I find kind of fuels my love for pickleball, if you will. It's part of what makes it fun. And at the same time, it's also the very thing that makes it frustrating. So it's really it's kind of funny that we as humans subject ourselves to things of a competitive nature. But anyway, it is, for the most part, I would say, it is still how shall we say, it's the bowl of cereal I'm willing to eat, right? The competition is enough fun to still do it, even though the amount of fun that it is certainly varies. What about you? Do you enjoy competition? Do you try to steer clear of it? How do you deal with it?